Briefly, for this video, we'll explain both a formal and informal fallacy. A formal fallacy is an argument that has a problem with its form, whereas an informal fallacy has correct form, but the content is incorrect. An argument with correct form will look like the following. Premise 1, if X, then Y. Premise 2, X. Conclusion, therefore Y. An example of this would be, all published novelists write books. John is a published novelist, therefore John writes books. As you can see in this argument, the conclusion is the only one you can draw from the premises. Now, a formal fallacy can look like the following. Premise 1, if X, then Y. Premise 2, Y. Conclusion, therefore X. As you can see, the structure of this argument is wrong. There is nothing to say that the if X, then Y works in reverse. Let's apply this to our example. All published novelists write books. Chris writes books. Therefore, Chris is a published novelist. The form of this argument doesn't work. The premise doesn't state that people who write books are published novelists, and so drawing that conclusion doesn't follow the form of the argument. They could just write books for themselves, or they could just have tried to get books published but were unable to.
Now let's move on to informal fallacies. Informal fallacies have a problem with their content or meaning of content rather than their form. For example, people are generally nice to each other. Craig is a person. Craig will be nice to other people. As can be seen here, the conclusion follows the form of the argument, but it could be contested that people are generally nice to each other, and even if that is true, what most people do is hard to apply to a specific individual, as Craig could just be a huge jerk.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, consider hitting the like button or hitting subscribe to see future videos.